I have to say a few words. I'm told that the father of the bride's speech should be personal, heartwarming and upbeat, and should A, welcome the guests, B, say a few words about the bride in a loving and balanced way, C, give words of advice to the happy couple, and D, propose the first toast to the bride and groom. But apart from that, my role is strictly that of the warm-up guy, preparing you for the star performers who will be entertaining you later, so I really don't have to worry about being witty and entertaining. So, first things first. May I take this opportunity to welcome you all to Sarah and Shaun's wedding day, and to thank you all for turning up on the right day. You've all passed the first test with flying colours. Please don't think that we left the date off the invitations by mistake. It was quite deliberate in an effort to make sure we only had guests of a higher intelligence. Can I also say a big thank you to Phil and Tracy for their joint investment in the proceedings of the day. It's greatly appreciated by myself, Sarah and Shaun. Thank you to Wendy for all her support, enthusiasm and assistance in getting everything sorted. And finally, thank you also to everyone who has given time and effort to make today the occasion that it is. Before I move on, I would just like to make mention of my absent friends and raise a glass to them. Gypsy, Louis, Holly, Izzy and Lucy. Okay, it's at times like this when you wonder if you're losing a daughter or gaining a son-in-law. As far as losing a daughter goes, I believe that dads never lose their daughters. They might let them out on a long-term lease, but there's always going to be the inevitable phone call. Hi Dad, the toilet's broken, can you fix it? Or can I borrow the sat-nav? Or hi Dad, the car won't start. You all know how it works. As for gaining a son-in-law, yes, that's true, I have. But I didn't expect to have to take on a football team too. So Shaun, welcome to the family. Remember though, you're going to have to work hard if you want to keep your place in the first team. Okay, it's been a big effort to get towards this wonderful day, and all the way through making arrangements for the wedding, for example, when visiting venues, shopping for suits, talking to photographers, hello Phil, etc. Whenever notes have been written down, I've always been referred to as Chris FOB. And to be perfectly honest, by the end of it, I was getting a little bit tired of being fobbed off. But then again, I guess it's better to be an FOB than a BOF. Thank you. At least you got that. Good man. I'll explain it later. Some words about the bride. Okay, today is a very special day for Sarah and Shaun. And looking back, I clearly remember another very special day. It was on a Friday morning, just 10,124 days ago, when I witnessed Sarah's birth at Arrow Park Hospital on Wirral. The year was, of course, 1985. It was an auspicious year for me, but apparently not for Liverpool Football Club, who, having spent 3 consecutive years at the top of the First Division, managed to finish second to Everton in the 1984-85 season. Not only that, they were knocked out of the FA Cup in the semi-finals by Manchester United. It was also the year that my namesake Joe Fagan retired as Liverpool manager, making way for King Kenny. To me, it all just seems like only yesterday. And now, in the blink of an eye, here I am, preparing to propose a toast to the bride and groom on their wedding day. And still, I hold dear the many, many, many happy memories of Sarah's younger days, her first words, her first steps, her first tooth, her first day at school. I've seen her laugh, I've seen her cry, I've seen her wet herself and crawl around on the floor. But I think that's quite enough about her 21st birthday. But on the subject of Sarah, I think you will all agree she is the most beautiful woman in this room today. And I guess having said that, I'll be sleeping on the sofa again tonight. Some words about the groom. Yes, it is customary to spend a few minutes bragging about the qualities of the new son-in-law. And whilst I've got several pages of notes here, I'm sorry, Shaun, I can't read your handwriting. So, Sarah and Shaun, words of advice. I'm not an authority on love or marriage, but I do have some thoughts that I would like to share. Success in marriage is not about finding a person that you can live with. It's about finding the person you can't live without. A happy home is one in which each spouse grants the possibility that the other may be right, even though neither believes it to be so. And the best way to avoid an argument over who does the washing up is to eat out. But I think the best advice I can give you is not from me personally, but from the observation of a close family member. My dog, Harley. And that advice is, love unconditionally, make many friends, eat well, take time to romp and play every day, never underestimate the value of a good nap, and most importantly, trust each other off the leash. My final bit of advice is for Shaun. And now that you're married, Shaun, you need to let Sarah know who's the boss. You need to stand tall, difficult order I know, look her straight in the eyes and say, honey, you're the boss. And being a man from a military background, you should be well versed in taking orders. So, in conclusion, can I just say that wedding days are meant to be unforgettable, and this one will be no exception, as there will be a constant reminder on my and no doubt Phil's bank statements for the next 10 years. So if anybody here wishes to help out some happy but now poor parents, you can make a donation by cash, cheque, bank transfer or credit card. All will be gratefully accepted. There is a collection box at the door for all your loose change. So finally, ladies and gentlemen, my last job is to make a toast. So would you please be upstanding and raise your glasses. To the bride and groom, remember marriage means you'll never walk alone. Shaun and Sarah.
Shaun and Sarah.